What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, you guys? So we are back for another episode review of our favorite show, Greenleaf season 5, episode 6. Now they called it Greenleaf. I'm gonna call it the sixth day, okay? Because next week, stuff's supposed to go down, okay? And I cannot wait. Like revelations are really about to be happening next week, okay? This is literally the calm before the storm. So we get into the episode. Well, I can't wait till we get to one particular part. That was the funniest part in the episode, but we'll get there, and y'all probably already know what I'm talking about. But the episode begins with Bishop on the phone with the FBI. You know, we got Lady Mae standing over there trying to calm him down. He's on the FBI trying to understand how come nobody ever told him or their family about the fact that Rochelle Cross is out here, you know, free, willy-nilly, doing whatever it is that she doing after they didn't had this embezzlement case against her, or I should say against the family because of her, after she done tricked all this stuff up, you know. And how is it that she's no longer in their crosshairs or whatever, and they wasn't made aware of it? Grace come downstairs trying to figure out what's going on, and at this point in time, May tell her who he on the phone with, and when he get off the phone with her, basically just said, you know, at this point in time, she's no longer their concern of the FBI. Okay, and so he's livid. And Lady Mae's whole thing is, we need you to take your butt to the doctor, okay? You have a doctor appointment at 8 o'clock. And at this point in time, you know, James is not here for it. We got this enemy that's out here, and I am not, that takes precedent over a goddamn doctor appointment. I don't care about no doctor appointment. I said, James Bishop, sir, now after all the health problems that you done had, sir, I'm gonna ask you to calm yourself down because I'm pretty sure that your blood pressure is spiked. Okay, I know you're upset. You need to calm down. Go to that doctor and get that physical. Okay, and this is showing. Unfortunately, this is how a lot of black men, especially in the black community, are when it comes to doctor visits. They don't want to go to the doctor. And it's a lot of people, I would say, in the black community, period, not just men, but period, who don't like to go to the doctor until it's the last minute. You know what I'm saying? And I said, James, you had a heart attack. Go to the goddamn doctor. Okay. Grace, you know, Lady Mae, she's finna talk to Tara. Tara about to come over there to the house. James is pissed at that. So you gonna let this bitch up in the house too? Okay. What is going on? All right, I'm with James at this point too. So you gonna trust her to come to the house, and you know she trying to take the house and all this stuff or whatever. But you know what's going on? Okay. You know. Meanwhile, Grace get a phone call from Darius. Okay, and Darius is basically telling her, you know, he trying to get some information. What do she got some files? Because, you know, he looking deeper and deeper into this Edenvale Linden situation with Bob Whitmore. And he's trying to get more information. And as he was on his way of doing that while he was out there in Vegas, his hotel room got take broken into, and his phone got taken because when he called her on a number that she didn't recognize. And let me tell you something, I said this once before, Darius, you good, because you better be glad you ain't calling nobody like me, because I would have just let that thing go. You would have had to leave a voicemail and say call me back at this number, because I would have just let it ring. I don't know the number, I'm not answering it, okay? Unless somebody told me to look out for a certain number or whatever, that's the only reason why I answer that phone. Other than that, no. So at this point in time, you know, he asking her, do you got your files that you have on this company or whatever? I need you to open them up in the email or whatever and send them to me and all this stuff. Girl, why Grace go up in there and she opens up the emails that have all the files that she done got on this Edenvale Linden mortgage company or whatever? Baby girl, why all of a sudden as she was talking on the phone with Darius, delete, 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 delete. Like, we are literally in real time looking at her delete. They were waiting for her to open that shit up and to delete all the emails. I said, what in the hacker shit is going on? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how paranoid I be. Y'all know I be running Lyft, right? You know, and sometimes they be like, do you want to charge your phone or whatever? I don't do that stuff, okay? Because I don't know what you got going on in your car or whatever, what type of equipment that you got in your car. You're not about to get me, okay? You're not about to get me. You know, you just don't know. You can't really trust people these days. You could be trying to charge your phone up and they can be taking all your information. I don't do that stuff, okay? But in looking at that, that was just like, damn, what type of hacker is this? Meanwhile, Charity was trying to come up. I think Charity was either about to leave or, coming. No, she was about to leave the compound. Next thing you know, we see Yusef Shabazz. Okay, he at the thing, and he was like, "I come here to talk to you." Okay, and so he comes up in the house. Charity brings him in the house, and he meets Grace, and he was like, "You the sister that I hung up on." She was like, "It's all to the good." He said, "That wasn't no apology." When he said that with a straight face, Grace was like, "Okay." Shut my mouth. I said, girl, he ain't apologizing for that. Okay, he meant that, and they taking him to go talk to Darius, all right? Meanwhile, we got this situation with Zora and little Sophia. Zora is in her zone at this point. She's not, the way that she's trying to deal with her parents' divorce is the fact that she's going to run away. Okay, she's running away from the issue. And I'm not saying like she's running away. Oh, I'm finna run away from home. Y'all can't find me. No, she's leaving the situation behind. She's trying not to deal with it, and that's the way that she's dealing with it, by not dealing with it and masking it with other things. She's trying to do this audition for a college in New York. 9 and 10 is probably NYU, trying to get Sophia to help her with that. And you can just tell she's all over the place, and Sophia at this point is concerned. And Sophia finds out that she's leaving by when she was trying to help her put her phone to fix the camera on the tripod. A message came through talking about her plane ticket is ready or whatever, and that's when she found out about the whole thing. And so, at this point, Sophia, being the concerned cousin that she should, she gonna be Sophia, okay? Sophia gonna do what Sophia gonna do, and let's go tell, okay? Sophia is a little snitch. Sophia is which y'all had told. I don't know if I would have told. I would have been like, well, bitch, be careful. Go ahead and do what you got to do, but just be careful. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you do you. You an adult at this point, technically speaking. By the law, you 18, 19 years old. I don't know. But then again, I ain't even going to lie and say I would, because that ain't none of my business. Because I wasn't supposed to see that in the first place. So therefore, I probably wouldn't have said nothing. Anyway, Darius, they go over to Darius' house. We got Charity, Grace, and Yusef go over to Darius' house. And basically what we come out to find, before Darius found out, his stuff got taken or whatever, he found out some information about Edenvale Lending, this mortgage company that basically, Bob had started back in the 80s. And Shabazz was like, listen, anybody can find that on the internet, okay? And he was like, I was trying to get some more information about it. And it was like, you haven't connected the dots. You didn't see the pattern. He was like, when I was getting the stuff, somebody came in there and stole my stuff. They stole my phone, stole my laptop, deleted Grace's emails and all her stuff on the finance. And he was like, okay, I'm going to break this down to you. Basically, what's going on is, Bob is trying to come in this thing and try to run for Senate. Put it in your mind, understand why is it that he's trying to make it seem like he has this big old, love for the black community. Because his company back in the day was a mortgage company that would give mortgages and stuff and houses or whatever to poor black people. He would target poor black people. And then, when they could not pay their mortgage, take their houses right from underneath them. So he was giving out fake stuff, not necessarily fake stuff, probably inflated prices, knowing that these people, because they were poor, they wouldn't be able to pay the price, or probably gave them one mortgage at a specific, price point. And then once they got in good, put up the price point to a point where he knew that they couldn't pay, so that he can take the house from underneath them. Shit we see all the time. Big corporations, big things, especially with the heads of white folks at the helm, targeting black people and poor people in general, but poor black people especially, you know what I'm saying, being the main target, so that we got all this poverty. You're preying on the poor, you're paying on the poor and the weak, and that's what Bob was doing. And then where Gladys Damaris come in, Yusef's wife, basically was like, you can say Bob Whitmore is Trump and his administration, and then Yusuf mama, Yusuf wife or ex-wife, I should say, she was like the diamond and silk, the coon, okay, the black face that they use to butter up to these to other regular black faces to get them to come in. You know what I'm saying? To get them to be, nice and go ahead and sign their life away. Okay, well, if she doing it, obviously it's okay. And I was like, damn, that's messed up. Now they want Yusuf to go on the record with all of this or whatever. He got cases against him that's preventing him from doing stuff like that, and he look cautious or whatever. But he do say, if you get somebody else that is willing to back this story up, I will confirm it. And so that's what they gonna do. Meanwhile, May over here talking to Tara. Tara up here trying to give us some story about listen, do y'all believe Tara? Tara said she had no idea that Rochelle was gonna come back, and she was up here doing what she doing. And me and May was like, but you called her. As soon as you saw Jacob, you called her. She was like, I had to call her because if she would have saw all these overtures and saw that all this stuff was going on and I didn't tell her, she would have did something to me probably. She was like, she is very volatile. Okay. And May is still trying to figure out what they gonna do with the house, and then you coming up in here acting like you gonna do something with the house or whatever. And she was like, as I come up in here and I see how this house is, we can really do some good. I said, girl, calm down. Calm down. Little Miss Tara, this little act that you playing, because you in that family, sometimes you guilty by association and you probably really didn't do nothing. I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen with Tara, and that's why we looking at her a little funny because of who her family association with, because we don't trust them, so therefore we automatically don't trust you. And she could possibly damn well be telling the truth, but I just don't trust it at this point. I need a little bit more evidence or whatever. She probably do, if she is rightfully owed this property, do want to do good. She probably did, know nothing about Rochelle and wasn't part of this plan, because you just never know, and why they have their conversation, Sophia go up there and tell what's her face? Damn. Chlamydia and Jacob asked that, Zora about to leave. Okay, mind you, they just had and mind you, Zora got a ticket for the next night out. Okay, she ain't say in a couple of weeks, she ain't say in a month, she said the next night. I'm gonna go out there to New York, I'm gonna wing it. I don't know where I'm staying at, but I'm just gonna do my thing. I said, Zora, you don't go to New York and do no stuff like that. What happening with you, baby girl? What's going on? You been down in the South a little bit too long, okay? That ain't how we work up here. Not up in the North. Okay, not up in the North. We don't do that. Okay, you gotta have that stuff planned out, unless you're gonna be sleeping out there on the streets underneath the bridges. Okay, but anyway, get yourself taken advantage of yet again. But meanwhile, Sophia had to break that, come in and tell them that, and they was having a conversation because Carissa and Carissa's about to get Winky ready. They about to go over there to her parents' house and all that stuff. And basically, they going through their drama. And Jacob wants shared custody with Carissa. Okay. And I'm just like, girl, give him shared custody. What is the issue? And let me address this because, somebody tried to come from us or whatever and try to say that we were standing for Jacob. Baby, ain't nobody standing for Jacob. Jacob is a dog, okay? Truth be told, we already know that from season 1, nobody was here for Jacob. Truth be told, we're not here for Jacob at this moment either. But we also are really not here for Carissa because of the stuff that she did, okay? Carissa could have let this divorce be nasty a little bit, but she made it a little bit more nastier when she crossed the line by bringing the family into it. And when I mean the family, bringing Bishop into it, knowing it's a possibility with this will. All of this stuff is coming about, truth be told, right about now because of Carissa's digging and trying to use it against Jacob to get what she want out of Jacob. That's what it's coming from. Now, had she not did that, most of us would truly be on her side because Jacob has been doing her dog shit dirty for years, okay? Jacob don't love that girl. Jacob don't love that girl. He never did. If you can cheat and do all that stuff, you don't love a person like that, okay? And, she stayed. You willingly put up with the stuff because you wanted the power and the fame or whatever that came with that Greenleaf name and becoming first lady or whatever. So that's why I don't feel 100% bad for Carissa. But what I'm not gonna do is sit up here, and what you not gonna do is make it seem like we are Team Jacob. No, we just can't stand the bitch. And to be quite honest, both of them contributed to both of their marriage demise. Okay, she been doing underhanded shit. He been cheating. He done brought a goddamn illegitimate baby. I'm sorry to put it like that, but that's what it is because he is married, and it ain't his with his wife. Okay, he done got a baby that he don't know about, and she brought an STD into the relationship. They both done some messed up stuff. Okay. But, at this point in time, I think she did the worst by bringing it in to the point that Bishop could possibly go to jail if it comes out, that he did have something to do with the Darius James jail, and they can get the house taken. That was set in motion because of Carissa ass. Partly because of Carissa ass, I'm going to say that. Okay, Basie had already been thinking this, but she kept that wheel going with her vindictiveness. That's why we can't stand her for real in this situation. Okay, but, they go through their thing. They talk to Zora, trying to convince her, okay, we gonna let you stay at the cousin house up there in Hoboken, New Jersey. She was like, bitch, first of all, that's not New York. That's Hoboken, okay? And, all right, cool, okay, I'm going to do that. And so at this point, Carissa and Jacob do have a little moment where she was like, when you was talking to her, you was saying we and all this stuff. We could have worked and we could have did this and we could have did that. And I was like, okay, cool. And to be quite honest, and I'm going to be fair to Carissa, Carissa really did, and you hear I'm calling her by her real name, okay? Carissa did not annoy me this episode, to be quite honest, And even when they had the little send off with little Winky and Carissa, it still was a touching little moment. I was here for it, okay? See how I can be fair and non-biased, all right? I can call shit out when we call shit out. Don't say we stand it, girl. Don't nobody give a damn about thick neck. Girl, go look at Rox. Rox be calling him thick neck. He do be looking. Oh, let me stop. Lamar Ruckman, girl. Anyway, whew. So next thing you know, we sitting down in the doctor's office or whatever, and we got Noah and Grace sitting down there talking. She trying to understand how you get AJ to take the medicine or whatever, So he was like, I think it's that situation with what's going on with your father giving him the little GTO and all that stuff or whatever. He was talking to my mama, getting on the internet, showing her all these places where they can, go and use the tools, and showing her all the stuff about the GTOs and stuff like that. And Grace was sitting there like, I said, Grace, you sitting there looking a little salty because, and it's understandable because AJ warmed up to Noah quicker than he warmed up to Grace. And I maybe because you feel like you the mother, you should really want me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what that's about. But I know, and it's understandable for Grace to feel some type of way. I tried to put out there to get the doctor for you or whatever, get you on some medication. You blow my head off. But let Noah do it, and let my daddy go ahead and give you a car, and you all here for it, girl. Grace telling him about the whole thing with the house and finding the books that the caretaker had, and talking about the Negro. They want to find and see if they know which Negro that was. And, we know Miss Loretta was a white woman. Later on, we find that out. And so they trying to figure out what's going on. And, of course, Noah said he can ask them around or whatever. AJ comes out, and this was a different AJ than we done been used to. I said first we got a little cute moment between AJ and Sophia last week. I was like, all right, we got the week prior to that when he gave Grace a little kiss on the forehead, and I said, oh, is this a new AJ that we seeing? He all nice. He like teasing them. Oh, look at y'all. I see how y'all came together and all this stuff. You, him, and then came me. I was like, all right. I'm liking this lighter AJ. Okay, maybe we can grow to like him if he stay like this. Okay. Now I hope he sees that the world is not against him and people are really out here trying to help him out or whatever. So later on from that, we get this whole thing with Bishop and Lady Mae trying to have this conversation. Baby, they was just going off about everything. Bishop, about the house, about this will. I'm tired of talking about this will, to be quite honest. I just want to get down to the get down. They go back and forth about what the house was meant for. And even Lady Mae was like, you got to talk about this first will, okay? What is it with this will? Because, he's in his feeling because Rochelle came down to the bar where he was at trying to make sure everything was together and what he needed to do to get the bar together in order to turn it into a church. And she come down there basically like, with her villainy walk. She got the best villain walk ever. I said, bro, Latoya, you better fucking do that, girl. You better do that, bitch. And she was basically like, um, you up here trying to stress and think like everything is going bad or whatever for you, and it seems like everything is going good for me. Okay, look at all the stuff that's happening. You're losing your church, you're losing this, and you're losing that, and then look at what I'm gaining. I was like, oh, okay, throw it up in his face. She basically just put him on blast, put him on Front Street. She's still on the course about, she's so stern in her ways about and strong in her opinions about the fact that she feel like Bishop had her father killed, and he telling her, bitch, you sick and you need help. Okay, you need help and you need to let that go. And basically she threatened his ass. Okay, like had him shaking in his boots. Okay, you're not gonna talk to me like that and get away with it. You think this is done? You made her tear up a little bit because you hit her where it hurt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But she was already on the emotional roller coaster like Vivian Green up in this piece. And she said, no, what you won't do, you're not going to get these tears to drop, but I'm going to stay in town, okay? Oh, I got some stuff in store, okay? Because I'm not done. And she walked her ass out. I said, bitch, you better walk, okay? Well, Bishop and Lady Mae having an argument about this because he pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And she telling him, well, this conversation that I had with Tara was good, and maybe this, and he just like, you really gonna sit here and believe that stuff? You really gonna sit here and believe that? Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, don't nobody have time for that. You can save your holier than thou admonitions and all this stuff because Jacob come downstairs telling them about, they're about to send off Winky and could everybody be out there and whatever. And it was like, Lady Mae said something about maybe next time you find a wife that you actually love and will be faithful to. That's when Bishop said, excuse me. You can save your holier than thou admonitions, okay? Because you been carrying around a 40-year-old secret that you ain't been put out there, and you want to come at Jacob's throat, and you done the same damn thing. I said, oops. Oops. I was like, well, I mean, man, he got your ass. Gut check. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I was like, damn, Bishop, you ain't have to come for her throat like that. I know you pissed off, but, they're on two opposite sides of the coins at this point. You know what I'm saying? Bishop wants to keep the house and fight for it and clear his name. Lady Mae wants to give up the house. She's a little torn. She don't know which way to go at this point. So, while this was happening, Yusef, we see Phil DeMars and Judy with two E's up in Old Calvary Church looking at all the old files, and Judy is just astonished and amazed at the fact that the files are so clean, and Kareem did a good job because, she's always walking around with these headphones on and all this stuff or whatever. Okay, fine. Next thing you know, Charity comes up in there, turned the light on, and was like, listen, boo, I got something for you, okay? Pull daddy up, and at this point, he pissed off. Phil don't want to have nothing to do with him. Yusef, he told him what was going on. He told him everything. And of course, Phil is so hurt and thinking that, the daddy basically played the family, let mama do all the work, and you just reap the benefits, but then you want to talk about the white man and all this stuff. And just talk about what she do or whatever and make mama seem so bad, and you ain't do nothing for me, so I don't ever want to see you, I don't ever want to hear from you. And Charity was like, why don't you just listen to what he's saying? And then Phil just really wasn't, because he's still a hurt little boy. You know what I'm saying? Once he saw his daddy, he turned into a hurt little boy all over again. And at this point, Charity said, you know what, I'm going to pray for you. And people usually say that trying to be slick, trying to be shady and mean to a person. But I truly am going to pray for you, because you really need that if you don't open up your eyes and see exactly what's going on. Because then the only person that can save you right about now is God. I was like, dang. Judy was like, that man is not of God. This is the devil's work. My dad would never. I said, girl, shut your mouth up. Because your daddy is a crook, okay? You probably don't know the extent of what he's doing. You know something, but you don't know the extent. Girl, your daddy a crook. Shut up, okay? Meanwhile, it's time for them to go, right? Carissa and them to go. And so at this point, everybody is outside or whatever. And Charity pulls up, Lady Mae is like, I need to tell y'all something. Okay. Bishop was like, wait, hold a minute, hold up. I didn't mean for you to tell it right here, right now. Like, what's going on? And Grace was looking like, Mama, what you talking about? And she was like, Grace already know. Grace looking like, so really we gonna do this right here? Mama, we're gonna do this right here? This how we gonna break it just like this? She said, girl, let me just tell you something. At the end of the day, I've been living a lie. Okay. Well, I'm judging y'all. Y'all can be judging me. Grace is not the product of me and Bishop, okay? Grace is the product of me and Lionel, all right? And that's it. Grace already knew, and it is what it is. And dinner will be ready at 7:30. And casually walked off and didn't leave them no chance to answer any question or ask, okay? They was stuck like, what? And she just walked. That was the best part of this episode to me, when she just walked off and said dinner is at 7:30. I said, man, you would not do your family like that. Meanwhile, you got Charity and Jacob outside with Grace. They out there getting drunk and they talking about it. Jacob like, regardless of who your daddy is, you still my sister and all this stuff. And they just going back and forth. And then it was like, I kind of knew that you was son. That explained why you so light. It was like, mama light, but damn, you light, okay? That explains it and all that stuff. They making jokes or whatever. And then Charity goes and turns it around on her. She was like, does Aaron know? Yeah, he know. Does Kevin know? Yeah, he know. What? So you mean to tell me that Kevin know before me? Now I'm mad. I said, Charity, shut up. It ain't about you, boo. It is not about you, okay? You just said you didn't give a damn. Now you pissed off because Kevin, your ex-baby daddy, know. Girl, calm down. Grace get a phone call from Darius, okay? And he was like, we got him, all right? He got somebody that's willing to speak up other than Yusuf to confirm what was going on, you know what I'm saying, about this whole Edenvale Landing situation. And she was supposed to come over there to his house. Meanwhile, Zora went over there to talk to Sophia and to try to cuss her out just a little bit. But, she was like, it's a word that we call you, loose lip and you a snitch and all this stuff or whatever. And so, they going through their stuff and then they started talking about, she was mad at her for like 2 seconds, okay? And then they started talking about Lady Mae and child, I'm not even surprised. Like, grandma a freak. Can you imagine grandma being freaky and doing stuff like that? Listen, everybody is, okay, girl. She was like, why you ain't mad at me no more? Oh, because I done told your mama about your little titty pics. And she was like, bitch, what? You done did what? She was like, yes, I mean, you done told my business, I told yours. Tit for tat, bitch. And she was like, you know what? I guess that's fair. I was like, okay, I like that. Child cleared it up because that's how cousins do, bitch. That's how we do. You know what I'm saying? We best of friends. Your first cousins, especially, y'all best of friends. Meanwhile, the episode ends with Grace going over there to Darius' house, right? She knocks on the door. Then she knocks again. She don't get nothing. I said, ring the goddamn doorbell. Maybe he up in the bed, in the bathroom, in the shower or something. Ring the doorbell. He ain't got no doorbell in that big old house. Girl, she calls Darius. It goes straight to voicemail. Next thing you know, she coming down the steps. This car pulled up, and then this guy gets out looking slick or whatever. I said, "Is that Fernando, the one that Carissa cheated with? That's in cahoots with Bob?" I said, and remember, Carissa signed that money away to get that money or whatever, to get that plot of land and whatever from them. She has dealing with him too. You know what I'm saying? That's also another reason, bitch. Okay, she crossed in the fucking line. But at this point, Grace was like, where's Darius? He was like, you need to stay out of it. He tried to grab Grace and tell her to come with him. I said, who the fuck you think this is? Now? He said, you need to just stay out of it, okay? I said, stay out of what? I said, Grace, Move, jump in the car or whatever, because you don't play with these people. I said now it's getting serious, all right. But anyway, that was Greenleaf, another good episode. Look how long this review is, girl. I just let her get on here and just get to talking and stuff. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about the episode. What y'all think is gonna happen next? Do y'all think they really gonna tear down that show, the church? Listen, what other secrets do you think is about to be revealed? Do you think Bishop had anything to do with Jared James Jeff, or was it Mac? Or was it somebody totally different, like the care? What if it was the caregiver? Ooh. And then Lady Mae did bring up a point where she was talking to James, like, who actually, how did Loretta even, she was a white woman, why would she leave the house to Daryl James, and then at the end of the day, why would she even leave it to us? We didn't even know who she was. She wasn't a member of the church like that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even realize who she was, and she probably didn't even know who he was. So how did we even get in the house? Girl, it's a lot of questions, okay? Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode, and I will see y'all later. Peace.